Hello again, welcome back to the LyfCraft server, and this one will be episode 29, and this time I've checked it before I started so I don't have to go and look it up. Since the last episode then, we have been a little busy in here. We've done some walls and roofs and floors, although I'm not entirely happy with the carpet over the lights. Might try something different. Not sure what. Possibly we could put an entire glass floor down there and then we wouldn't need to worry about lights at all. But it'll do for the moment. But today we're going to go off and we're going to talk about how we're going to arrange the next archery competition. Now, first things first, if you do remember the last archery competition, you remember the tokens. And they were arrows and I've got none of those left, which, given that was the main purpose of the archery competition, I think that's worked really well. But now, also because people tend to fire them off accidentally when earning them, we're going to use nuggets this time, and I do have a fair few of those hanging around at the moment, so we should be fine using them. But how are we going to do them this time? For this version of the competition then, I want to have the players play against each other, and pondered doing some sort of like ELO system, but too difficult to work out where we would start from. So I've come up with a sort of way of using, I guess, the tokens as a sort of a scoring system. So imagine if these two chests here represent players in the game. The cat here has 48 tokens, currently named golden nuggets, but we will rename them at some other point when I've probably got more levels. And the other player has 16. Now, players can challenge each other for their opponent's tokens, but I think we need to have some sort of limit. So if you're playing somebody with fewer tokens from you, which means obviously they've watched less games, you can't quite get as many. I'm not sure of the exact details. I'll have to work that out eventually, but I think we're going to go with that as a system. So in the case of, say, the rabbit beating the cat, they probably couldn't charge more than bet more than 16, so they'd win. I don't know. Got to come up with some ideas. 16 seems unfair, but more than 16, I think, is probably the goal there for beating a player above them. But if the cat beats the rabbit, then they're not going to be able to take all of their 16. But so because they've beaten a lesser ranked player. So I think that's the way we're going to go with it. And the sun's gone down, so I'll probably either get away from here or sleep, depending. I slept in the end. So if I give some of these tokens to people who've already played the game, most to Wither, who's won, of course, then that would engender an idea of people playing the previous winner more to get more points off them. But we do also want people to come into the game who didn't play last time. So I need some other ways of getting tokens to people. And I think there's going to be a few this time rather than just the target practice place under the Mushville. And well, they will still use that one, I think, but it'll be a little more harder to get tokens there. Perhaps just you have to hit exactly 10 and not just 10 or above to get a token. But they've also, I wanted to make a maze, a moral maze, as it were, and I thought that might be a useful way to give people tokens, as well as maybe buying from the shop, because little capitalism never hurt anybody. Yeah. And perhaps some other things, I don't know, a treasure hunt of some sort, where people can decode some clues and find a stash of the tokens. I think that's another idea, so we're going to get working on those now. So I've dug a bit out, as you might have seen, and I'm pondering using a bit of basalt for this, but I've only got like 2 pieces left, so I think I'm going to make a little bit of a basalt generator down here, because we've got the haste, really helpful. Now, if you're not aware, you can make a basalt generator if lava runs over soul soil, and next to it is some blue ice. Now, I also learnt the blue ice can be above it. So, in theory, we can do like 5 of these. And I will need... Let's use those for the moment. So if I do that, block it in. Oops. That's perils of haste. Like that. There's my lava gone. There we go. And I put the lava in the middle there. Should produce basalt everywhere it goes. Perfect. Then I can mine it from here. The problem there being I'll come through to here. So I'm going to put a warped plank there in the hope that it'll last longer when I do that. Which I think I actually can't reach there at the end, so that's perfect. Now we're losing some, and of course some are coming down here, so I may put a collection minecart under there, which I won't bore you with the details with because everybody knows how to do those. And we now have 21, which is not bad. Okay, I ran this for about 5 minutes or so, and we have that much, so, you know, works quite well. Now my torch has gone. Feels like I need more light here. Right, back to working out how we're going to do our moral maze. Okay, I'm thinking this is the way it's going to go. We're going to come down here. Possibly this may be a waiting room and things will start beyond here. But the idea is there would be a question. Something along the lines of, you find a wallet on the floor with some money in it. What do you do? And then 3 answers are going to be... like, return it, take the money and return it, take everything. And then the player will choose their answer and step through. And then there's no way back. Well, apart from digging through, but that will be banned, obviously. But they can leave by taking the side door, which takes them back to the start. And then, if they do decide to continue, there will be more questions as we go around. I'm not sure of the size of these yet. I was kind of working on a same width, but may not need that much, or maybe more. And it would take them around here, and yeah, again around here, and then avoiding the little chunk disruption there, we would get back to the end, where there would be a chance to win a prize for traversing the moral maze. And then you would leave. And that's a lot of fish. And you would get some tokens within this for playing the versus game over there. So I'm going to get to doing that now. Probably won't show much of it, but it's probably going to be on sort of a black, grey, white line design. I've made these sort of all the way through different shadings. It's a bit difficult to arrange, but it's the same from either direction. No, well, I mean, not the same location, but 3 colours. Oh yeah, now I have to go this way. I'm giving up. It's too hard. I have no morals. Right, back in a bit then. Well, I think the moral maze is now done. So perhaps we can give a little tour of it via the old replay mod. So we're going to go in through this door, down the stairs, where we'll find the first room. The book here contains instructions and the first question. And the first question will have 3 answers. One sort of neutral, one sort of good, and one bad, potentially, theoretically. And then, having chosen, the person will then go through whichever door they feel correctly is their answer. So that's the way it'll go through. It'll go through the next few rooms as well as we turn around the corner, and then along the back straight and to the corner again, and then we come up to the final question here, and then once through the tunnel doors there is a description of how to collect your prize for this, and then on the way out you can pick some tokens up from the yellow shulker box, and then up and out, and then you will be at the exit. It's one way all the way through, but if people do find they are unable to complete it, they can always exit out through some of the side doors in every room and give up, but you're only allowed one go through. So now we have to head off and fix a couple of things that I have been sorely neglecting to do recently. So meet you back at the base. Okay, just a small detour here to pick up some stuff from my post box. Cosmo has opened up his maze and has tasked us all with trying to get through it quickly. It involves a maze and some parkour sections. He has put our entry token in there. I have already had a look, but I'm just letting you see that the light is still on before I actually grab it. And we'll hopefully be doing that soon, but it's embargoed of releasing a video until the 3rd of April, so we may hang on for a bit. That's so that people don't get clues from everybody else. So this is what I've been, well, not avoiding, just kind of forgetting to do for the past few episodes. Let's see how many episodes it actually is. Since episode 23, and we are on 29 at the point of recording. So, 6. So, I need to get some of these in. 23 was the winner beacon, where we sort of introduced everything. So I've been preparing some things. Now, I had to go and buy this from Zaphod's shop, and it is a charged creeper head, which is, I would have preferred a creeper head, and also the price was somewhat shocking. I mean, 8 Beeble bucks for a head. That's like half a diamond. Anyway, so here we have for episode 24, which was creepers. A creeper head. Slightly charged, but we'll live with that. Perhaps we can swap it out at some point in the future. Then, for cats and creepers, episode 25, we have this lovely made model. Yes, model, definitely a model of a cat head for that one. And we'll continue on carefully with the next one, which is for winners and boomers, where we had the celebratory award ceremony. And for that I've chosen to have a beacon. And now we've run out of space, so I think if I go this way we can dig out the next room. So if we go through here, and wait a second. Who keeps building these in my base? Anyway, I guess we can just continue on with episode 27, which is lighting an elytra, which is where we lit up the caves around here, starting out wearing a gold enchanted armour, and died pretty swiftly. Then we lit it up, and then we showed Caris where her elytra had ended up. Was that a noise in the background I just heard? Anyway, and I think I've got a pigman somewhere. Must be I think we're near the portal. And then, finally, because we've got one more episode after this. So this is the last episode, which was where we made the rather nice boombox for blowing things up. And an important part of that is a coral fan. So we're going to use that for boombox rather than TNT, which has already been used back over there. And then finally, let's catch up to this episode, The Moral Maze, which had a lot of steel doors in. Well, iron doors, I guess they are in this. So, The Moral Maze, episode 29. And then, I will end here. I'm not sure how long this episode is going to be. It's probably a little shorter than usual, because I spent a lot of time, doing things rather than doing things and filming them. But that's kind of because I was doing it on the fly, and I tend to turn off my voices when I'm thinking hard about things. So, if you enjoyed this episode, of course, you should possibly leave a like down at the bottom. Maybe I've been considering getting one of those little animations of the subscribe and then click the like button and the bell stuff made, but I don't know. I assume people really know that these days, and do you need reminding? Do you need reminding? Tell me if you need reminding. Leave a comment if you need to be reminded to leave a comment. And of course, you can see the other LyfCrafters, including our newest member, who's now down in the list below, Amradorn, and they've got all the stuff going on. And I think that's it. Yeah, we're done. I will catch you again in another episode, which will be episode 30. See you for now.